And I'm Christy DeAngelis.
And we are the Low Budget News Team.
On tonight's news special, we will be discussing the issue of texting while driving. Throughout our nation and many other countries around the world, governments have decided to put forth laws in order to stop texting while driving. Although these laws have been put forward with many great intentions, police officers in many of these countries have still continued to see accidents happen as a result of texting while driving.
Tonight, we'll be sharing with you the details of a specific case regarding this issue. We'll now turn to Lisa Parker. Lisa, how's the weather out there?
Thanks, Bob. It's actually really chilly out here with some flurries, but this intersection is relevant to the case I'm about to tell you about. Here at Queen and Aberdeen, in Hamilton, Ontario, a countless number of all types of accidents occur here every month, including accidents that involve texting while driving. At an intersection similar to this one, in Atlanta, Georgia, approximately 2 years ago, a woman by the name of Lori Reinecke, who was driving a large SUV, made the mistake of deciding to text while behind the wheel. Because she was so distracted and made this poor decision at the time, she struck and killed a man by the name of James Eaton III. According to a few witnesses, Mrs. Reinecke was not blatantly texting with her phone out in front of her. Instead, she had her phone in her lap and her head down while she was texting. She did this to hide the fact that she was texting while driving. Despite the fact that this case happened in the United States, it can happen anywhere, including Canada, considering we're one of the countries that the law applies to. Now, back to the studio. Bob, Christy, what do you think about this?
Thanks, Lisa. And so, my opinion is, I believe that texting while driving is extremely dangerous, and it's disheartening to know that even though so many laws have been enforced in different states in America, and also in provinces in Canada, that we are still having issues with people texting while driving, and because of it, people are dying, like for example, the person in this case, James Eaton III.
And what do you think, Bob?
Well, Lisa, I agree with Christy. I believe that people aren't trying to stop driving and texting. I believe that the punishment isn't hard enough, and with them looking down at their phones trying to hide it, it's a further distraction. And now, we'll turn to Lisa Parker, who's traveled to Westdale Secondary School, to get the opinion of teenagers on the texting and driving fiasco.
Here at Westdale Secondary School, many grade 11 and 12 students have their G1 and G2. We are here today to ask some students what they think about texting and driving. So here we have Rachel Van Duzer to give us her opinion on texting and driving. Rachel, do you have your license?
I do, yes.
And do you drive?
I do.
And do you have a cell phone?
I do.
What is your opinion on texting and driving?
I think it's very irresponsible and wrong. I think it'll causes many accidents, so yes.
Have you ever witnessed people texting while driving?
I have, and yeah. Yes, I have witnessed many people texting while driving.
Thank you very much, Rachel.
No problem.
Here we have Tisha Burnett, and she's going to share her opinion on texting and driving. Tisha, do you have a license?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
And what is your opinion on texting and driving?
Of course it's bad. It's very irresponsible for people to be texting and driving, and it's dangerous, and you're taking your attention off the road.
Okay, and the new law that bans texting from driving, how do you think that helps texting and driving? Do you think that stops people from texting while driving?
Well, that's the intention of the law, right? But in all honesty, I think that it's more people trying to hide it now. Their phone will be below the steering wheel, so their eyes are now completely off the road, and they're oblivious to what's around them. So the law itself, I don't really find that it helps diminish. Is that a word? Diminish texting and driving, but instead just it increases the number of people trying to hide texting and driving.
Okay, so here we have Max Sutton, and he's going to give us his opinion on texting and driving. Max, do you drive?
Yes, I do.
Why? Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, I do.
And what do you think about texting and driving?
I disagree with the law. I don't think that banning something always solves the problem.
Allie Sampson, she's going to tell us her opinion on texting and driving. Allie, what do you think about it?
I think that it's probably one of the worst things you can do when you're driving. It distracts you. It's just really stupid. I think really you shouldn't have phones in the car at all. If you do, it should be have to be locked away in a compartment, because that's what causes almost all the accidents nowadays. Teenagers with their phones, and now they're driving. It's going to be really bad.
Thank you very much. Alex Smith, and he's going to share his opinion on texting and driving. Alex, do you drive?
I do drive.
And do you have a cell phone?
I do have a cell phone.
And so what's your opinion on texting and driving?
It's stupid and it kills people all the time.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem.
So here we have Mr. Christie, a teacher from Westhill Secondary School, and he's going to share his opinion about texting and driving. So, Mr. Christie, do you have a cell phone?
I do.
And do you text on your cell phone?
I do.
And what are your opinions about texting and driving?
I agree with the law that it should be banned while driving. It's a distraction.
Okay, and do you keep your cell phone with you when you're driving?
I do.
And where do you place your cell phone in the car?
I place my cell phone in the ledge in between the mat and the place where you navigate your windows and stuff.
Okay, and if your cell phone happens to vibrate or ring, are you tempted to grab your cell phone?
I am tempted.
Have you ever grabbed your cell phone?
I have in extreme circumstances, but normally I'll just leave it until I'm out of the car.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
As our journey here at Westhill Secondary School ends, we can see that the teenagers from today's society even believe that texting and driving is hazardous. And now, back to you.
Wow, great job, Lisa. It's very interesting to see that even the majority of the teenagers of today's society believe that texting while driving is a huge issue that has to be addressed. But I do agree with the one student in that simply banning something does not always solve the problem, especially in this case. We need different rules or laws to make people see the seriousness in texting while driving.
Well, Christy, I agree with you. I think a solution to stop the texting and driving is very simple. I think that after 3 fines of texting and driving, you should have a suspended license. And if you still tend to commit the crime 3 more times, I think you should be charged criminally. I think this can bring down the rate of texting and driving and stop it. Because the consequences are more serious than paying a fine, people will start to think twice about texting and driving.
I agree with you, Bob. I believe that if this law was implemented, it would help people to realize how serious texting while driving is, and it would help to make people stop texting and driving because they wouldn't want to do it just because of the harsh consequence.
From all of us at Low Budget News Team, we thank you for watching our video. If you have any opinions, please leave a comment. We'll get it back to you as soon as possible.
We hope this video has made you think twice about texting while driving. And until next time, Canada, this has been the Low Budget News Team.
Ba, 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 ba.